I'm about to give you so many strategies to wake up early that if by the end of the video you try out all of those and still can wake up early, you gotta go see a doctor because it's like a real problem. Hello everybody, it's Ligia again, and I love sleeping. I love sleeping. I'm addicted to sleeping. During the pandemic, I slept for 3 days in a row. And that's bad. That's really bad. I'm sitting here today as living proof that you can wake up early, even if you love sleeping, even if you say that you tried everything, even if you say that waking up early is impossible. And truly, I get it. I've been going through that for years. And to this day, there are some days that are harder than others to get out of bed and start my day early. I have tried so many different things throughout the year and I have learned so many different things that I decided to compile everything in one single video because I think that at least one of those is gonna help you with just getting out of bed early, for Christ's sake, finally, because I know that it's so hard in the beginning when you're trying to get to it, but I promise it is possible. I dragged not waking up early and considering myself to be a night person and being happy about it until like 2022. And it was only in 2022, when I should be already responsible enough for my life, that I started waking up early with ease. And I noticed that sure, we can feel more productive at night, some of us do, but nobody's actually a night person. And it's truly a habit that changed my life, changed my productivity, changed my happiness, the way I feel about being alive and living life. So I really truly think that it's important that we at least try to wake up a couple of hours earlier than what we were used to if you don't wake up early at all. So just as I said in my language video, and honestly, it's kind of how it is with everything in life. We have to have a reason as to why we even want to do that anyway. And like I said in my language video, it doesn't have to be a life-changing reason for you to be waking up early, but you have to have a reason to do so. Because the reason is just like, oh, I think it's a bad habit to wake up at 11 every day. I think I should wake up earlier. Why? And if you're even watching this video, I think that you have some sort of concern as to waking up early. You have some sort of desire to do so. So there has to be a reason as to why. Maybe it's because you work in the afternoon and you feel like you're wasting all of your day, or you're just going to work, so you want to enjoy your mornings. So maybe like try to think or come up with a list of things that you want to do and accomplish during the morning. And I feel like every reason to wake up early is going to be very personal and individual. For me, it was because I wanted to make sure that I would always have time to do things that make me feel good and make me feel better. So like, not only think of reasons why you want to wake up early, like for example, to not be late for work, but think of things that you can do that makes waking up early exciting. So it's not as dreadful to have to get up and get ready and go to work, go to school. Try to do something before that, like maybe you want to eat a very yummy breakfast, so you have to wake up a little early to cook it. One way of having a different reason each day to wake up early is to, before you go to sleep, try to think of like 3 things that you want to do tomorrow and why waking up early would be helpful for you to actually do those things. Okay, now that you established a reason for you to wake up early, you're going to establish the time that you want to wake up. Some of us have to wake up earlier than others. So if you want to be a person who wakes up at 5 in the morning, why? But there's no reason for some of us to even wake up that early. So really see what your everyday looks like. Don't try to compare yourself to other people or how early they're waking up and how great it is to wake up, because you're like on step 1. You're trying to even get out of bed to begin with. And if your issue is that you do have to wake up that early because you start working super early, then I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you also, don't worry. But you establish the time that you want to wake up. You have to wake up and try to wake up at that time, around that time, every single day. It sucks sometimes because, for example, during the weekends that you're like, oh, I get to oversleep, I honestly wouldn't, because I've noticed that it's the easiest thing to start breaking the pattern of actually waking up early as soon as you allow yourself a couple of days of waking up later. So let's say you want to wake up at 7 every day. You're gonna have to wake up at 7 every single day. But I've noticed that there's kind of like a 15-minute window between the times that you wake up. And I think that's all related with like the sleep cycles, that it's easier for you to get out of bed or not. There's an app for that, and I feel like there's more than one app. I'm gonna put like the little picture and name of the app here because right now I don't remember. Unprofessional. And it kind of like tracks your sleep cycle so you can see what time it's actually the best to wake up within that window. At certain parts of our sleeping cycle, it's actually harder to wake up than others. So that's why something like this app would be really helpful for you to actually get out of bed. And speaking of apps, there's this one other app that's a little more extreme and a little more aggressive. But this app consists on you having to scan a barcode for you to actually be able to deactivate the alarm. And until you don't scan that barcode, the alarm will be going off and you can't snooze it. And do not snooze your alarm. And for this next one, I did have the chance to trying it out and I absolutely loved how it worked, but I do not have an alarm clock anymore. But you should have an alarm clock. And the alarm clock idea is extremely valid because one of the biggest problems of our sleep is our phones. And I know that it's hard to deal with the problem because it is an addiction. Our phones are a terrible reason as to why we're having trouble waking up, but also sleeping. For you to wake up early, you have to handle your phone situation a little different. I confess that I've mastered not being on my phone in the mornings and doing everything that I have to do before I want to get to my phone. But at night, I still have a little bit of problem with falling asleep having my phone on me. And the time that you sleep, of course, influences the time that you wake up, which is another point, another side point. We're going to go back to the phones. The time that you sleep is just as important as the time that you wake up. Because if you don't sleep your 7 to 9 hours a day, you're going to be ugly. And we don't like ugly people. But for me personally, I noticed that the best way for me to wake up early is focusing on the time of waking up instead of the time that I'm going to bed, because I will feel tired during the day and I will start sleeping at a decent time because I do not want to be tired the next day. But then after I started waking up early consistently, my bedtime is super healthy because I want to get my hours of sleep because I love sleeping. But because not everybody's created equal, maybe the problem for you to wake up early lies on the time that you're going to bed. So try to have a night routine. Like try to set your body to understand that it's bedtime. Try to not have a lot of lights on near your bedtime. Try to have a routine, like maybe you shower at night. Having a ritual at night is going to be super helpful for you in the morning. And I combine those two things, but I have to admit, here in this channel, we're real. Every time, I'm much better at the waking up part than the sleeping part. But I love sleeping, so falling asleep comes easy for me, so I don't have that problem as much. But if you're a person that struggles with falling asleep and therefore you can't really wake up in the morning, really truly the focus has to be in the nighttime. And back to the phone issue, there's this little combo that you can do if you really struggle to get out of bed, but you're addicted to your phone, and then you wake up, but you're on your phone a lot. Have an alarm clock, like a real alarm clock, and then you're gonna go to bed and you're gonna let yourself use your phone, but make sure that it has low battery and that you have no charger, because your phone is gonna die and then you're gonna have to get out of bed to get your charger to charge your phone. So then in all that process, you're gonna be like, I'm just gonna sleep. And then you're gonna sleep. And then the next morning, because you're addicted to your phone, you're gonna wanna get out of bed to go charge your phone. One other thing I ended up doing when I was a psycho about it. Well, now I live in an apartment where the room and the kitchen and the bathroom are all in the same room. But back then I had my room and my internet didn't work on my room at all, like near my bed. And that was fabulous because I couldn't really use my phone because there was no internet signal there. That helped me a lot when I had phone problems plus waking up problems. There's a setup on your phone also that you can block your screen time and say like, oh, this is my bedtime. I do not want any of the apps to work past that time. But I think that that's a little flawed because you can just click like, okay, give me like 30 more minutes or ignore that. And I noticed that I ignore that a lot. However, I see that that's happening, so I know that it's my bedtime. So then my brain is going to feel bad because it's using the phone and the internet after I said that I wasn't going to. And I'm still doing it anyway. How come, Ligia? How come? So it's kind of like a psychological thing more than a technological thing because you can still like use the apps. But let's not villainize our phones because they can actually be pretty helpful. Two things I really like to do waking up with my phone. First one is to have an alarm that is a song. You can set up the song on your phone, your alarm, to be a song that you really like and that you know all of the lyrics for. And then I kind of like try to sing the song while I'm trying to wake up, and then it's usually like an inspirational song, a song that makes you happy. Like try to choose a song that really makes you want to live the life and the day because you have to because you're trying to get up. And like movements, talking, those are helpful things for you to wake up. So like your alarm went off, you're gonna turn it off, and you're gonna start like moving a little bit, like try to do like little dances, try to like move your feet a little, try to really like start waking up your body. And I don't like to use my phone as soon as I wake up, but sometimes when I'm feeling really really lazy and in extreme cases, I always send voice messages to my friends, and I always either like tell them my dream or I'm literally like, hey, I'm sending you this voice message because I'm having some trouble waking up, so I just needed to talk. I just need to like be getting ready to get out of bed. But if you don't have a friend that you want to bother and send messages to, you can do that to yourself also. But like really like try to speak, sing, move your body just so your body knows that it's time to get out of bed. And not to mention the simple classic that is to sleep with your phone away from your bed. And I think that that's the hardest one to do nowadays. But like it's a possibility. We're talking about like all of the possibilities in the world I can think of. So also if you have access to it, use a roommate, a partner, a friend, your mom to help you get out of bed. Ask them to go and shake you up. There were some situations where I had to have family members waking me up, and it happens. Like, I really truly struggled with it for a long time. But wait, there's more. I noticed that if I'm sleeping in complete absolute darkness, it's really hard for me to get up. And darkness is really important for when you have to sleep. So like you can have like maybe a sleeping mask on and then kind of taking it out close to the morning time so you can leave the window open if the window is something that at night really bothers you. Maybe you live in a very um, lit up city. The lighting of the day itself helps you start getting up and getting ready. So you can also use an artificial light to start waking you up anyway. So like having a lamp by your bed or the lighting in the room, just like try to turn the light on. And my top one hidden secret that I think that is the thing that makes me get out of bed the easiest is to always have a water bottle right by your bed. And then you're gonna set your alarm an hour earlier than what you wanna get out of bed. You're gonna turn off the alarm, you're gonna drink water, and then you're gonna wait for your next alarm. But you're probably gonna get out of bed earlier than your alarm because you're gonna need to go to the bathroom. Because usually we already need to go to the bathroom immediately after we wake up, so you're gonna drink more water on top of the water that you already need to release in the bathroom. You're gonna have to get out of bed. And then when you get out of bed, you're gonna be ready to not go back. You either have to go to the bathroom or you're gonna pee your pants. So you're welcome. Two other things that you can leave by your bed to help you wake up and that I really like to are a book or your journal. And you can start writing things down, or maybe like what you want to do during the day, or maybe writing about your dream, writing about things that you're grateful for, anything really. Like sometimes we do need that military aid of having your phone away with your alarm ringing and then you have to wake up and turn it off and all. But it's so much nicer to just wake up nice and easy, peacefully, you know. These are some of the things that have helped me throughout the years to wake up. And it's like building any habits. It gets easier the more you do it. And the more consistent you are with it, the better you get at it. And I hope that any of those help you get up in the morning. Let me know if they do. And subscribe here in the channel to see more things that can help us be better because we're getting better and better. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. Okay, bye.